What's going on, guys? I'm Steven from Breakout Cards, and today we have our SGC reveal, including highlights such as the 1962 exhibit Satchel Paige, the 1887 Grover Cleveland President card, and more. But before we get into the video, if you guys ever want to submit cards with us, our website is breakoutsportscards.com. On there, you can go to our SGC submission tab. Click that, and we have instructions for you to go through there if you want to submit with us to SGC. And now, without further ado, let's get along with the video. To kick us off, we're going to get started with some of the cards you guys submitted to us. Then we're going to go ahead and go over stuff we submitted for our inventory. And then finally, you're going to get to see the stuff that's going into Ryan's PC. Let's do this. First off, starting here from the 1932 U.S. Caramel set, Andrew Jackson, former U.S. president. Next, we have a 1956 Hank Aaron Grayback. I have a Ted Williams, also from 1956. Johnny Unitas rookie. Mickey Mantle, 1969 Topps. Another Mickey Mantle, this one from 1960. Pretty decent looking one here. I think it had some technical issues that made it that, but on screen looks pretty nice. We have a Ryan Sandberg player update for Julio Rodriguez. And this is made after the Venezuelan stamp cards, which are pretty cool. A little Shohei Ohtani after the 83 Chrome retro throwback. This one's pretty cool. A 1/1 Drake London black no huddle prism in 9.5. Through another Shohei. We have a Judge Tufts rookie 9.5. Shohei Ohtani 10 Bowman Chrome. Another Bowman Chrome that also got a 10. Pretty cool. We got the Shohei 83 little refractor here. That got a 10 as well. Shohei Rainbow Foil 9.5. Nolan Ryan rookie in a 4. Definitely pleasant. Happy with this grade for sure because I thought it was a little bit OC, but glad it pulled the 4. Ricky Henderson in an 8. Roberto Clemente, authentic altered. We got a Willie Mays, pretty nice looking 5. We have an Ernie Banks rookie. Willie Mays Fleer in a 2. Have a Bob Uecker. Actually, let's get it from this view. There we go. Famous announcer. Jackie Robinson. Got a 2. And a Yogi Berra. And last little group here. Going through. Ready? So, Kobe Bryant in a 9. This is the one where he's facing off versus LeBron. Pretty cool little card. We have the Steph Curry Panini rookie. And the Steph Curry from the Panini Adrenaline game that they used to make where you had to collect all the stickers and you played a little game between who would win. You see the offense, defense down there. Pretty cool. And a LeBron James bronze number to 399. Now, I wanted to hold these cards off for the end. One, because they're submitted with a good friend of mine, through someone I've known through basically my whole childhood. And also, the funny thing about these cards is that these 4 were all not protected at all. That's right, they literally were in a box in my friend's room, and they still ended up pulling decent grades. The 6 I kind of knew wasn't going to get the best grade, but these 3 being a 9 had no penny sleeves, no top loaders, no nothing, and still pulled a really nice grade. So definitely happy about those. All right, now let's get on with our inventory. Starting out hot with a Swell Sports Jackie Robinson card. Really pretty good looking 2. Show you the back on this one. Pretty nice. Really excited to get the 2. It did have a little bit of paper loss on the back, but very excited to pull the 2. I thought maybe it would get a lower technical grade, so I'm super happy with this one. Next here we have a Hank Aaron rookie. Let's check this one out. It is pretty beat up. I thought maybe it was going to get an authentic, so I'm really happy with the one there. John Sullivan, Allen and Ginter card. Got 1960 Topps Hank Aaron. Atlantic Oil, Roberto Clemente cards. So with this card, this was a hand-cut card, so some of them come out weird. Dave Bancroft, pretty nice card there. Tris Speaker. Yeah, this is also a hand-cut card. I think they gave it the min size just because if you can see right here, it is cut off. SGC does do that. If the card isn't cut correctly, they'll give it the minimum size not met, although obviously all these are hand-cut cards. To move in, Night Train Lane. Got a Jack Nicklaus. And we're ready for the next batch. Coming up, we have Dwight Eisenhower. Pretty cool card from Felix Poten. A lot of Felix Potens coming up in this group, so be ready. We got the Salvador Dali. We have a Thomas Edison from Ogden's Guinea Gold. Pretty cool. There's also normal Ogdens, I believe, as well, that are a different version of the card, but they look the same. So keep your eyes out for those. From the same 1932 Carmel set we went over earlier, but a George Washington, first president. Franklin D. Roosevelt from the Topps Look and See set. A lot of cool historical figures from there, by the way. Came out at the same time as the iconic 1952 set. We have an Abraham Lincoln, same set. Colonel Cody. Yeah, there being a little bit of color issue on this one, so the color added. Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the UK. Another Churchill right here. This time an earlier picture of him. We have the Amelia Earhart. Pretty cool. We've submitted a lot of these, and this is the highest one we've actually gotten back, so really excited about that. This is the Amelia Earhart National Chickle. Pretty cool card. Definitely has some issues here. And then also it just happened to be, as you can see from left to right, a little short. Got the minimum size. Authentic, but that's okay. Cool card. And a John Sullivan 1901 Ogden's card. Still continuing on with our inventory, have a Pelé. This was the highest graded card of the vintage stuff that we did for our personal inventory. Pretty nice there. A Pelé from the Sun. Got a Kilrain from the same Allen and Ginter set. Ended up actually buying a group of these on an auction, and they were all raw. Got them graded, and we're pretty excited with the result. So stay tuned for more of these. Got a Grover Alexander, not to be confused with the president, but the 1921 Grover Alexander card. Pretty nice. Got a Bob Gibson O-Pee-Chee card, not to be confused with the Topps. They definitely do sell for a little bit more, so keep that in mind if you ever see or run across any of these. Dizzy Dean Tattoo Orbit. Pretty cool card there. Really happy with the grade on that. And we also have the Jimmy Fox Tattoo Orbit. Pretty cool little cards. Next one here, this is a pretty tough card. This is the Royal Desserts Stan Musial. These were given out with the desserts. You really don't see these often. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there's also these handed out with Jell-O and some other food as well. And I'm not sure if they're by the Royal Company necessarily, but they look similar to that. Pretty cool food card of Stan Musial. We have Muldoon, SGC2. We have a Cracker Jack Fred Clark, this one from 1915. These are very tough and always really condition sensitive. So honestly, I'm just happy to even have a one and to not have it be authentic altered or anything like that. Beautiful colors, by the way. And here we go, Jack Dempsey, 1887 Allen and Ginter. And ending it off with a Frank Gotch SGC3. Nice. Let's go to the next group. Got one more group and then some bigger cards, and then we're done with our inventory. All right, so we're kicking off with a Sarah Bernhardt, Felix Poten. Mistress Langtree. We have Juan Manuel Fangio, really famous racer. Pretty cool card from the Felix Poten collection, 1952. Giuseppe Farina, another racer. And I think this is our last racer of the group that we submitted, Louis Rogier. Oh, I spoke too soon. There's also the Ascari. I think this is the last racer that we submitted. Next, Albert Einstein, no introduction, physicist, genius, really cool card. Next, we have a Jack Dempsey from Sporting Champions. We have a Rene Lacoste. You know, there's a whole clothing brand named after him in the Who's Who in Sports group. Pretty cool. And a Queen Elizabeth, SGC 1. And rounding out the stuff that we're going to put in our inventory, last two cards, we have a Redman Willie Mays. This one has the tab attached, which is pretty nice. I know that SGC tends to, when they grade these, if you don't have the tab, they'll give it the authentic, but there are some companies that will grade them without the tab. It's just a heads up to anybody if you're thinking about submitting one of these. And next we have a John A. Logan, pretty cool card from Duke & Sons. Almost looks like a Kalamazoo, Michigan. Pretty cool, oversized card. We're going to start off with some of these as promised that I mentioned earlier in the video. Let's get it going. First off, we have an oversized Pink Floyd card. Pretty tough. Next, we have the Grover Cleveland card we mentioned earlier. Very cool because this card was made around when he was president, which is super cool. You see a lot of president cards nowadays, but a lot of them were made after a president's term. So to have one that's around the term and a quote, playing day president card is very cool. And next, we have the Satchel Paige exhibit card. This one is really awesome. So it technically is a playing day card, even though he gapped for a bit and came back as kind of like a promo. So very cool that he was featured in this exhibit set, and this is his last playing day card. Next here, we're going to roll right along, and we're going to pick up with the Madame Curie, which is a famous scientist named after the Curies, if you've ever heard that as a unit of measurement. Next, we have Alfred Nobel, who the Nobel Prize was named after. We have Charles Darwin, The Theory of Evolution, very cool card, nice grade. Pablo Picasso, famous artist. Marc Chagall, another artist. Have Francis Ferdinand. If you guys don't know who this was, his death started basically the start of World War II. This was the catalyst or the event that really sparked it into motion. So it's very interesting because this card was actually made when he was alive, and then he ended up being assassinated. It was a whole big deal. He was an Archduke, I believe, but very cool. Next, we have Samuel Morse, creator of the silent Morse code. We have President Roosevelt, very cool, with the United States flag down there. We have an Alexander Hamilton. Another Colonel Cody. And a Winston Churchill from the Conan Whelan set. He does have other cards in this year, but this one in particular is a very tough card to get. So very, very cool. Alrighty, our last stack of the reveal coming up right now. We have an Einstein. This one actually, I believe Ryan had another one of these and wanted to trade it up. So this ended up getting a form. This might replace the old one in his PC. We have a Bartholdi. Pretty cool. This man actually, for those of you who don't know, created the Statue of Liberty. This is James Watt, which he had the unit of measurement. Hence, when you hear about electricity and watts, this was after him. Another Lone Jacket inventor, we have McCormick, who invented the Reaper, really revolutionized farming. So this is a very cool card. Next, transition a little bit to the poor boys. We have a John L. Sullivan. Pretty cool card there. And most of these two, you see a lot of non-sports in the set. To see someone who's a boxer is pretty cool. Very nice card, beautiful imagery. Next, we have the Edgar Allan Poe, major poet, famous for The Raven and many others that were honestly very despair and very sad, but really renowned poet. Very cool. Next, we have Thomas Edison, well-known creator of the light bulb. We have Charles Goodyear, who created tires. As you can see, the India rubber, but now there's even a brand named after him called Goodyear. And our last card, Eli Whitney, created the cotton gin, which helped make cotton. So you could go ahead and put the cotton through this machine right here, and you could take the seeds out of it very easily as opposed to plucking it by hand. Alrighty, guys, that is all for today. Remember to like and subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.